Hello, welcome to the channel The Dry Omas, the Three Grandmothers. I'm your host, Carmen. Through the videos, we have learned that in all cultures, art, and mythology, there are always three women the three graces, the three daughters of Allah. In the Greek mythology, and if that is not enough to see that there is a conspiracy to camouflage the identity of these three women, well, for sure you know the story of the discovery of the Americas by Columbus. What was the name of the three ships? La Niña, the girl, La Pinta, the warrior, y La Santa Maria, the Holy Mary. This is the best guarded secret in all lodges and power groups. The aliens who created us were three women. Sorry, but we don't look like reptilians. We don't look like the Greys. We don't even have 3 or 4 fingers. We have 5 fingers and some 6 fingers. And we look beautiful, like these beautiful women. We are a complete different race. We are not this one. No. We have studied the warrior, Atenea, Martha, Artemisa. We have studied Venus, Aphrodite, the woman who disobeyed the child. And now we are going to study the oldest of the three, Maria, the first queen. In the pre-Islam, Maria is known as Manat. And in Latin America, she has several names. But the iconography is the same. The moon, the stars, and she is above a lion or crushing a snake. You can see here, here, there is a snake. Here is another statue. Or even a reptilian, above a reptile. This woman was so important that they just couldn't erase her legacy. So, what was the strategy? They create several characters, several names. Let's read some. Virgin Mary, but you can find Virgen del Carmen in Spain, Virgin of Guadalupe, Mexico, Virgin of Suyapa, Honduras, Our Lady in Rosary, Italy, Virgin of Fatima, Portugal, Virgin of Lourdes, France, Virgen del Pilar, Spain, Virgin of the Immaculate Conception, Spain, Virgen del Sagrario, Spain, Madonna of the Miracles Medal, France. Just to name some of these names. If you search in internet, so easy the question, how many virgins are there in the Catholic Church? You will find interesting pages. At least the official website, they are myth that we are talking about one single woman, and they admit that there is the same. But even when the most of the people is not fully aware of that. So this is from a official website. There is no exact numbers of virgins in the Catholic Church, since Marian devotions are numerous and have been developed through the history. It is estimated that there are hundreds of advocation, each with its own history and meaning. What is the difference between an invocation, sorry for the pronunciation, invocation, and a title? An invocation is a special title given to the Virgin Maria, Virgin Mary. in a specific place or region. A title is a general name given to the Virgin Mary, such as Mother of God or Queen of Heaven. At least they are saying it's the same person. Why are the Virgin Mary given different names? Different names are given to the Virgin Mary to highlight the different aspects of her life and virtues. Each invocation has its own history, iconography, and theological significance, reflecting the diversity of Catholic culture and faith. So, we are talking about one single woman. Well, what is the most important thing with Maria? She lived almost 1,000 years. So, in every culture and history, she is remembered. And the reality is that these three ladies, are mentioned around our history, but it has been camouflaged, it has been forgotten. And why is very important the moon in the iconography of Maria? Here you can see the moon, the stars, the moon. Here is the moon. It's because if we translate to modern language, we can have two meanings. We can have dead descends or rise from the dead. And it means that is related to the old war about the eagle and the snakes. But at that time, the original symbol was the pomegranates, and it came later the eagle. So when we are talking about the history, we have learned that with Constantine, we have 2,000 years of history in several characters compiled in one single figure, person. Jesus Christus were two separate persons with 2,000 years of history in between. And the same happened with Mary Magdalene. In fact, there are two women in this name, Maria and Magdalena, two separate characters with two separate periods of time. This painting is very interesting. It's called A Scene of Her Life. In fact, they are not lying. These events happen, but with several years in between, and with two characters, with two women, the oldest and the youngest. Remember the chiefs of Columbus, the names? La Niña, the girl, and Santa Maria, two separate characters. What is the most event here? When they threw stones at Maria. Actually, Maria and Magdalene, the oldest and the youngest woman, they were there. But the stones were through Maria, and they were poison. That nobody talks about that. Even when she survived to the stones, the poison killed her. So our grandparents, our genetic side of the snake, killed her. They killed Maria. And what happened later? That is the biggest secret garden in all the lodges and power groups. The Great Flood happened. A satellite, a spacecraft, a meteorite, as you want to call it, it was deliberate impact against the continent. And it's in this moment when the Pangaea was separated. It was a punishment for having killed the queen. Remember that we're talking about very advanced civilization and very high conflicts. That is why this war is in quarantine or a trial. That's the reason we are not allowed to have contact with other races. Because in our genetic, we have a part of the snake, of the serpent. That is the original sin, our genetic. That is why this war is like a trial of or a test. When the youngest Magdalena or Margot or Venus, whatever you want to call her, when she married the snake and mixed the genetic, I think she was trying to give us a chance that even when we have a mixed genetic with the snake, with the reptilian side, even with that, we can achieve great things. And we have done it. It's just that some groups in the shadows, they don't like us. They don't forgive us for what it happened. That is our stigma, our sin. And if they are going to judge us, if they are going to be a soul's judgment, at least they should inform us. At least it's our right to know that if we are going to be judged, at least we should know why. We should know the truth about the original sin, that the original sin is our genetic. I'm just saying. As long as they don't want to admit about these three women, I guess that we cannot work in ourselves in order to improve. So, what I'm doing with these videos is trying to remember their legacy of these women, that, that the history is not what we have been told. So, in the next video, we will study Egypt hieroglyphic. We will compare the methodology of the translation between Champollion against the methodology of translation of Alexander Eleazar. And you can have tools to decide which methodology is more accurate. So, next time, we are going to study back to the school. Until next time, bye bye.